What's up, guys? It's Revive Live here, and I'm bringing you a new series, turn down the volume, called Story of My Life. What this is going off of is stupid stuff that happens, or crazy stuff that happens in my life that I might decide to tell you all. Like, I don't know, first times, like, last times, getting caught by traffic, and, like, getting smacked in the side or something like that. Nothing's happened like that yet, but I'm pretty sure that'll happen sooner or later. So, no my luck, because it's the story of my life. Ha, 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 ha. I'm retired, I'm sorry. Let me just get to a point. I'm just going to be telling stories, And if you like this, like, comment, blah, 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 blah. Do your thing. But here, I'm just going to get started with a story. Alright. Sorry. My first story that started out is, this happened, like, what's the date? 15th. This happened just a few weeks ago. I was an EMT at Waverly Hills, which most everyone knows that's the, like top 10 most haunted places in the whole wide world. And I can prove it for y'all too. Like, if y'all want to come up there and go up there, you've thought about it, I would suggest doing it. Just don't go through the haunted house. Haunted house is retarded. Like, who does a haunted house inside a real haunted place? It's stupid. They do it on the first floor, and at the very end of it is the death tunnel. But you just, like, look at it. It's in pitch black darkness, so you don't really walk down there. The only reason I walked down there is, because I was an EMT, and a couple of my friends showed me. And, this is the point. But I was, EMT for the first time that night. And I've, like, never been to Waverly. I've never really been to any scary places before, so I'm sort of new at it. I'm not even supposed to be an EMT in the first place, but, I got hookups, quotation, and I'm now learning to be one, so if that helps for anything, which it really doesn't. But let me get to the story. We were going on a tour. My friend Blake got me to go EMT on a tour, and we were going... we were just... how to describe it, walking around for the most part. He was telling us stories about all the different places there, about what happened in each room, and there's a couple of different places. We started out in the assembly room at the very bottom, and we worked our way up, like up a couple flight of stairs, and the stairs aren't even made of concrete either. I'm not sure what they're made of, but it's like harder than concrete. I can't really explain it, but there's a story with that, and I might be able to tell it if I have another time. But let me think. I'm getting off track, sorry. But we're going up there, and everything seems to go fine. There's this one part in the hallway where where our tour guide, he says, look down the hallway. We all look down the hallway, he says, now look at the ground, just a little bit down on the ground, and use peripheral vision to look up, look around the area, which you can normally do, just to look down. Sorry for my nose is stuffy. You can just, like, look down a little bit, and you'll see peripheral vision. And he looks down. I'm at the very back, so I can't see anything. He looks down, he's like, there's one. Oh, hey, look, there's another one. Oh, another shadow person. Oh, hey, look, there's another one. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I can't see, because, I'm tall. I'm like 5'11", 5'12", but there's, like, a bunch of other tall people in front of me, so I can't see. And everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he shines, like, a laser down there. He says, normally... or not normally, all the time laser cannot pass through mass or anything of such. So he shines it down there, starts getting bigger and bigger. He's like, as you can see, there's a shadow person walking towards us. And everybody starts flipping out. They're like, oh my god! And I'm like, oh, I see it. Because, it's actually a pretty freaking big shadow. Like, it's a big size of a dude. You can, like, tell it's, like, bodyguard size, I would say, if I remember correctly. And, like, it was just super insane. And as he told people, he's like, walk down there. And he told two people, one girl, one guy, and they volunteered. And the guy walked down there. And he told him to walk a certain distance, and he said, stop. Now turn around. The guy started turning around and coming back. And he was like, look right behind him. And apparently right behind him was like a big old shadow person, like right over his shoulder. When he was coming back, he was like, don't tell me this, guys. Don't tell me this, guys. You're not helping me right now. You're not helping me. I'll be scared too, for real. But, and then the same thing happened for the girl, and they were like, whoa. And, anyways, random sounds. We walked down the hallway, because right after that, that's the hallway on about third or fourth floor, I can't remember. It was just creepy all around for real. Because whenever you'd walk, you'd feel like a cold, just a coldness come upon you, and it's like crazy to feel in you. Anyways, when we keep going, like I decide to turn around for some apparent reason, and there's this one chick who's also looking down the hallway too, and I'm like, what is she looking at? Because I'm an EMT and I have to, be careful about stuff, because I have to watch over people. Blah blah blah. This game is about to wrap up. I'm gonna put up another gameplay along with it. Excuse me. And I look down the hallway. Oh, sorry. I just ate chili. I'm making this like anticlimactic. What's going to happen next? I look down the hallway where the woman's looking. The very end of the hallway, there is, shadow people are like, partially dancing. You can see right through them. This is not a normal shadow person. You can see a big black shadow. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's a big black shadow, and it's crazy to look at. And like I'm looking at there, and it's the exact same thing I had just saw with the dude, only in full figured form, and he looked like buff, broad shoulders, and it was insane to look at. And I was like, "There's no way that there could be somebody down the hall." And then I told the people, I was like, "Come on, let's keep going." And I, trying to keep up with the group. I just didn't want to get bootied by a ghost. That can be possibly happen. I don't want that to happen to me. So you can call me a wimp or whatever, but same situation, you'd be scared. You'd be scared. It ain't no lie. But we keep going along. We get into the surgery room, and he tells us about these stories about how you would have to get to certain procedures done on you because of I'm not sure what the sickness was called. It was like some really bad one back in the day, but they like found a way to fix it now. Oh, the irony of it, after like thousands and thousands of deaths. But one of the procedures was like, you get your rib cage removed so your lungs can expand and, go back down. And I was like, oh, this is creepy. And there's like, let's see, 5% of the people survived out of all those people, and there's like, that was a last minute deal that maybe could help you. And there was a person who had actually done it that the owner had met and the tour guides had met, but it was he wasn't able to come. He just won't come back. I wouldn't come back either, for real. But moving on, we get into the surgery room. He's telling us that, and then everybody starts shuffling out, and blah, blah, blah. We start shuffling out, and then some people are just standing there. I'm like, what are they doing? And I look at them. They're like, this one chick's like, oh, my back feels weird. They lift up her shirt. The dude says that her shirt feels warm as it is. He lifts up the shirt. She has a long scratch, like somebody took a nail and like sort of drug it down her back. It's not like a super serious one where it drew blood, but it's one that like a dog scratch or something, like a simple dog scratch. If that makes any sense, but sorry. And they were like, dude, look at this. And I looked at it, and being an EMT, I should say something, but being me as I am, I was like, let's show the dude. Let's show the dude, trying to get him off the fact that she actually got scratched, and I should actually be helping, but actually, it was a little scratch on me. What do you want me to do? Proactive on it. So I show the dude, and I was like, look what happened to her. And he tells me, he's like, oh, that happens all the time. And I was like, what? What do you mean it happens all the time? It should not be happening all the time. He's like, oh yeah, it happens all the time. And I'm like, that's creepy. So, and then we just keep going, and I know there's something else that happened at the beginning of the tour. I should have mentioned it at the beginning. We're just, walking down the hallway. I turn around, I see this big bright light at the very end that's sort of moving. And then I asked one of the people, just in case they'd seen one, because it was my first time going through there too. I was like, is there like a mirror or anything back there? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I just seen like a big light go by in there. Like, they sort of gave me the look like, please shut up. We don't care. Don't tell us this. We're scared already. So I would be scared too if I heard that. And finally we got to the very top, and he's telling us about the story about the top bell tower, about the woman, about it's one of the most famous stories about a pregnant woman who used to be pregnant, whatever, like the killing her child or something of the such. I can't really go into specifics about it because of time. If you'd like me to make another commentary about this, just tell me and I'll put like all the stories that had happened. But we get to the top and like I hear somebody coming up the steps. I turn around. I was like, oh, it's just nothing. And then all of a sudden I hear like a big footstep go like right behind me. And I turn around and there's like no way there. And two other people heard me too. They turned around. They're like, I was like, did you hear that? And they just sort of stood there like, what just happened? Which is what I did too. And I was like, what? There's no way. And we were just like, no. I sort of just like, nope. I'm going to ignore it and pretend I did not see it. And I did. It didn't really help. I was still creeped out. But we finally get out. And I tell Blake, and he's my friend Blake, or Revive Deluxe, whatever. And he tells me about this is like normal stuff. But this is, I think that's the end commentary gameplay. That's all I have right now. But he tells me this is a normal thing. And this is sort of crazy. But that's all for my story of my life. For first time going to a haunted place, being an EMT, blah, blah, blah. Well, going to a haunted place. You want me to do more like being an EMT or other first time stories, just tell me, like the video, like comment on it saying, we love your wiener, or just something like that. I don't know, do your thing, like somebody. I think that'll be all. Alrighty, this is Revive Live. Peace, fo shiz on this, old brizzle. Fo.